Attention, please, ladies and gentlemen. You're watching the Yes Network, the home of champions.
.95 degrees, high humidity here in the Bronx. Any way you can cool off, well, that's what you should be doing. The kids are standing in the sprinklers in the shadow of Yankee Stadium. Then they're walking in, and they're getting lunch boxes. It's Lunchbox Day here at the ballpark. As today, the Yes Network presents New York Yankees baseball. It's defending world champion New York Yankees against the Kansas City Royals in the third game of a four-game set from Yankee Stadium in the Bronx, New York. Hello, everybody, and welcome to Yankees baseball, along with Paul O'Neill and Ken Singleton. I'm Michael Kay. Yankees have taken the first two games of this series. Last night, it was 7-1, and this game really was decided in the first inning. Bases loaded. Robinson Cano comes up.
Well, what else can you say about Robbie? I mean, offensively, he has done absolutely everything. He's hit for average. He's hit for power. He's done it all. Last night, he gets in a bases loaded situation in the first inning, breaks the game open very early.
Well, Robinson Cano has had an electric-type season. The numbers, he's been raining hits throughout the season. Look at these numbers. .334, 18 home runs, 66 runs batted in, 67 runs, slugging percentage way up there, and we might have another milestone today. 2 hits for Cano gives him 1,000 for his career.
Now let's take a look at today's New York Lottery pitching matchup. Kyle Davies is going to go for the Royals. He's 4-6 with a 5.45 ERA. Sergio Mitre coming up the DL will make the start in place of the injured Andy Pettit, 0-1, 2.88. And Sergio spoke with our very own Kim Jones about making this start.
The opportunity is given to me again like it was last year for at least the next month till Andy gets back. So just going to take advantage. I haven't really pitched this year. And when I thought I was doing pretty well. So just stay on the same page.
Well, catching Mitre is going to be Jorge Posada. But yesterday was about a milestone for Posada. When we come back, Paul O'Neill will break it down and tell you about the august group that Posada joined.
Night, it didn't take long. Jorge Posada looking for his 1,000th RBI. Robinson Cano on second base. He drills one down the right field line. The ball will never be played with again other than with Gino to mark it up. Congratulations to Jorge Posada.
And a pretty august group that he joined. Check this out. Johnny Bench, Carlton Fisk, Gary Carter, and Pudge Rodriguez, all catchers with 1,500 hits, 250 homers, 350 doubles, and 1,000 ribbies. Posada joined that group. Bench, Fisk, and Carter all in the Hall of Fame. Pudge Rodriguez is going, and Jorge Posada is now very much in the discussion. So that was one milestone out of the way. A couple of years ago, Alex Rodriguez hit his 500th home run against Kyle Davies. Davies is on the mound today. Can he hit number 600 against Davies? Stick around to find out next. By McDonald's. Head to McDonald's for a refreshing large sweet tea on the dollar menu. Price and participation may vary. By the 2010 Honda Clearance, it's the only thing from Honda that won't last. And by IOTV. IOTV offers you incredible HD picture and sound. HD is free with IOTV. Well, the Yankees have taken the field. Crowd still filing into Yankee Stadium. Sergio Mitre about to begin his warm-up tosses. And let's take a look now at the Royals starting lineup, which is presented by Lexus. The Royals come into this game with a 41-55 record. They will lead off Scott Posednik, their left fielder. Jason Kendall will catch. He'll bat second. Batting third and playing first base, Billy Butler. Jose Guillen in right field will clean up. Batting fifth and DHing today is Alex Gordon. Wilson Betemit, the third baseman, will bat sixth. The number 7 hitter, center fielder Rick Ankiel. Unieski Betancourt, the shortstop, will bat eighth. And Chris Getz will play second base, and he's going to bat ninth.
Scott Posednik will be facing Sergio Mitre, who will get the start for the Yankees today. Mitre, 29-year-old right-hander. There are his numbers on the season. He's had just a couple of starts, 0-1 record. Pretty good earned run average. Certainly less than a hit per inning. And opponents hitting just 186, so he's done a good job while he's been out on the mound. Let's check out the scouting report on Sergio Mitre for this afternoon's ball game. Ground game, he has a very good sinking fastball. If the infielders are busy, that means he's doing his job. Now, he had an interleague injury. Just before interleague play, the pitchers, practiced their hitting. He pulled an oblique muscle, had to go on the disabled list, and he was missed some time. He's right off the disabled list today, and he's subbing for Andy Pettit. This is the second time this year he is subbed for Andy.
Spoke to Andy today, and he's ready to roll. And Joe Jorge said he's going to be annoying now. He said, but we got to pull him back. But Andy said, I feel like I'm going to be okay even before the month that they say he's going to be out. Let's take a look now at the Yankees defense, which is brought to you by Mercedes. In the outfield, you've got Curtis, Granderson, and Timms. That's left to right. Rodriguez, Pena, Cano, and Teixeira third to first. Posada behind the plate. And Sergio Mitre is on the mound. Alex Rodriguez at 599 home runs, and he's going to try to hit 2 straight milestone home runs against the same pitcher, but we'll pick that up when Alex comes up, maybe in the bottom of the first inning. Posednik's ready, Mitre's ready, and let's do it here at the stadium on a steamy Saturday afternoon. Mitre deals outside, and we are underway. The 1-0. Now, they just announced that the game time temperature is 89. When Kim Jones was doing her report on the pregame show, it said 112 degrees on the field. Right now, it's 98 degrees. That's on the field.
That 89 might have been up here in the booth.
Could be. Next to an air conditioning vent. The 1-1. There's a base hit to center field by Posednik. Now, this is Paul's favorite part. Let's look at the official game time weather conditions presented by Bigelow Tea. Let's see what our numbers say. 93 degrees. Humidity is 52%. The UV index, that's important.
I like that.
That's a 7, which is high. And the forecast, hot and humid, partly cloudy.
There are some issues with that weather forecast right there.
What's your problem?
Well, the humidity is a little high. The UV index is a little high. But you didn't throw the T-storms in there. So
that's important. We'll take that. Here's Jason Kendall. Posednik, of course, is a threat to steal the pitches high.
Is the UV index related to the SUV index?
That's only if you have a
sunroof.
A sunroof. Okay. Thank you.
See how I help you out up here?
Posednik, of course, a threat to steal. He's got 3 stolen bases in this series.
And 28 on the year. Mitre's trying to keep him close. Now, Joe Girardi said before the game, if we can get 90 pitches out of Mitre, that's what we'll push it to. We'd like to get 5 innings. We'd be thrilled, especially with this weather. He has not been stretched out. He was a relief pitcher before he got hurt. So they can't push him much past 90. There's a strike, and now Jonathan Albaladeo pitched such a strong 9th inning yesterday with 2 strikeouts, 1, 2, 3. He was very disappointed today. He was sent down to make room on the roster for Mitre.
Had a couple of strikeouts in that 1, 2, 3 inning in the 9th. And, from his standpoint, he's probably thinking, I can't do much more at AAA. Right. I mean, he had fantastic numbers down there. Kendall's a threat to be a hit-and-run situation here. It looked like he was thinking about hitting the ball to the right side. Michael, we were talking before the game. Kendall's not a day game after a night game type of catcher. He's in there every day. Veteran catcher, looked like he's trying to hit the ball to right field even though the ball was in on his hands.
Well, that's amazing. Yeah. He catches 140 games every year. He's 36 years old now. Now, Posada was a DH yesterday. He's catching today. But you usually don't see young catchers day game after night game. The 1-2. Missed.
8 years in a row, Kendall has caught at least 130 games.
It's a lot of wear and tear on the body. You don't think about it, but it's just the position itself. The bumps, the bruises, the foul tips, the knees take just a beating, squatting all day. So.
Just missing off the outside corner. Kendall's been around 15 big league seasons with 5 teams. He was a first-round draft pick for the Pirates in '92. His dad was also a catcher. Yep. And that was Fred Kendall.
Yeah, Fred Kendall.
And a 3-time All-Star. The '92 draft also produced Jeter, and we said earlier in the series that Kendall and Jeter have the exact same birthday, same year. Let's see if Posednik goes on a 3-2. He does. And the pitch is foul back.
Talked about Mitre and what he needs to do to be successful out there. And you see some of these swings that Kendall has. And when you see batters, trying to aim the ball and trying to work the ball one way, this shows you as a hitter, you're not, you're not scared of being overpowered. And again, you see him trying to push that ball to the right side, even in a 2-strike count. Trying to carve one over in a hole on the right side. Big hole there. The second baseman has to play a little bit closer in double play depth, but as a left-handed hitter, you love this area. And Jason Kendall has been trying to find that hole this whole at bat.
Marta goes again and punts the other way.
One reason why Cano is playing maybe even a little closer than normal, because Posednik has really good speed. And he's going to get down there and have a chance to break up the double play, even if he's not going. But on this situation, Kendall's a good contact hitter. Posada, of course, has good speed. Royals trying to get something going here in the first inning. Kendall's been hitting well this month, 323 in July.
Posada goes again, and that one plunks Kendall. And so Mitre finds himself into a prompt jam. First and second, and nobody out.
And you see he's leaning out over there, no way to get out of the way. That ball's going to hit him anyway. But, Michael, you said yesterday about how year after year Jason Kendall gets hit right on the pad of the elbow.
253rd time in his career. Only two players been hit more, Rick Biggio and Don Baylor.
I was going to say Baylor's got to be in there somewhere.
He was a well-known target. But I remember him telling me never let the pitcher know that he hurt you.
Yeah.
And he would take the ball, pick the ball up sometimes, throw it back to the pitcher, really tick him off.
I used to do that in the backyard when my brothers hit me. I didn't toss it back, so you pick it up and just heave it at him as hard as you could.
There's Billy Butler. And the pitch inside. Early, Mitre does not have great command. Count 1-0.
Butler last night wrapped into 2 double plays. We mentioned he's leading the major leagues in grounding into double plays. I think he's up to 24 now. Part of it is being able to hit the ball hard.
Runner goes, throw to third, not in time, double steal. 29th stolen base for Posada.
Again, I mean, we talked about it yesterday. Posada just does a lot for a lineup. Good, solid leadoff hitter. Knows how to steal bases. His third base is, to a good base stealer, third base is easier to steal than second at times because you get such a better lead.
Now the Yankees will play the infield back. They'll give up a run on a ground ball. First base is open, 2-0 count on Butler. Count 3-0. And on deck is Jose Guillen. The 3-0. He swings on 3-0, and Alex is coming home. And they don't get Posada. The ball dislodged from the grasp of Posada. The ball was there in plenty of time. But Posada scores, and it's 1-0 Royals.
I tell you, if you look back at this play, kind of surprising. 3-0 with the guy struggling. He swings, ball's away. Georgie loses it on the tag. Definitely had it in time.
Hey, he would have been out. You're right. A couple of things there, Paul. Swinging 3-0. It shows you Ned Yost once as young as we look at Yes Mo. And Posada, while he was trying to make the sweep tag, the ball actually came out of the glove, and Posada is in there safely. And Kendall moves to third. Butler's over at first.
Now they're not going to give an RBI to Butler, and you know what? That's not a bad scoring position. It's a fielder's choice, and Posada scores on the E2 by Posada. And Alex Rodriguez gets an assist on the throw. Count 0-2. Well, IOTV offers you incredible HD picture and sound. HD is free with IOTV, the official HD service provider of Yankees baseball on Yes. The 0-2. That one is driven into left center field. Giving chase is Granderson. He makes the catch. Tagging is Kendall. And the throw is up the third baseline. So it's a sac fly for Guillen. And it's 2-0 Royals.
You know, these 2 runs are really, if you look at it, were all basically set up by Scott Bissett. He leads the game off with a hit, steals, and then steals third, and Kendall moves up. You know, you get a misplay in the field and a sac fly, and just by a couple stolen bases and a base hit, you've helped your team score a couple runs here early in the first inning.
I'm surprised in a way that he's moved around to so many teams. He's a good player.
Yeah.
Gordon takes pitch outside.
Those numbers were formulated early in the year before Gordon got sent to AAA. His AAA numbers are a lot better. He was hitting 300 down at AAA in about 68 ball games. And when David DeJesus was injured here in the first game of this series, Gordon was on his way from Omaha to the Bronx to rejoin the Royals.
You never hope for injuries, but boy, I tell you what, when you get that call from AAA that there's going to be an opening, you're going to get an opportunity to play, boy, you can't pack quick enough and get on a plane and get to the Bronx.
That should be 2. There's 1. And there's 2. A 4-6-3 double play. But the Royals scored 2 runs on 1 hit, 1 error, and nobody left. Royals 2. Yankees coming to bat. Jeter leads off, batting second and playing center field, Curtis Granderson. Mark Teixeira's at first base, he'll bat third. Cleaning up and playing third, Alex Rodriguez. Robinson Cano at second will bat fifth. Batting sixth and catching, Jorge Posada. Marcus Timms in right field, he's going to bat seventh. Batting eighth and playing left field, Colin Curtis. And Ramiro Pena gives the captain half the day off. He'll be the shortstop, he's going to bat ninth.
There is the Royals starting pitcher. It's 26-year-old right-hander Kyle Davies, who's getting the start this afternoon here in the Bronx. 18 starts, 4-6 record. 3 of his 4 wins have come on the road, more than a hit per inning. Not really a strikeout type pitcher, sinker slider pitcher. Opponent's hitting 275. Let's check out our scout report. His last win was May the 28th. It's been a while since he's won a ball game. His Kansas City debut was August 4th, 2007. The Royals got him in a trade with the Braves. That also happens to be the day that he gave up Alex Rodriguez's 500th home run. His best pitch might be his changeup. Very good change.
Derek Jeter looks at the first pitch low, 1-0. Derek is 8 for 33 on this homestand. Yankees took 2 out of 3 from Tampa Bay last weekend. They split 2 with the Angels, and they've taken the first 2 of this 4-game set against the Royals. Yankees are 61-34, 27 games over. That's the high water mark for the year. Count 2-1. You can get to Davies early with that 7.50 ERA in the first inning. He has struggled of late. Right back to Davies. And there's one away. Let's check out the Royals defense, brought to you by Mercedes. In the outfield, you've got Posednik, Ankiel, and Guillen. That's left to right. Infield, Bettamy, Betancourt, Getz, and Butler. 3 B's and a G. Kendall behind the plate, and Davies is on the mound. And here is Curtis Granderson. The pitch is low. Granderson on this homestand 5 for 26. Hitting .239. So he moves up in the order.
Joe Girardi's doing some things with Swisher out of the lineup.
And there's
seemed to be working. Last night he put Brett Gardner in the leadoff spot. He put Granderson in the second spot.
And Granderson stops at second with a double. That ball got past Ian in a hurry.
Granderson's got good numbers against Davies. That's another reason why he's moved up to the second spot. He's over 300 against him in his career. And you can see he just rips into this one. Had Gap City written all over it. Jose Guillen. Good thing that wall is there. He'd still be running.
Remember the Little League fields where you hit one in the gap and the guys are just running, and you've already scored, you've already run, and they're still running after the ball.
They're getting real small.
Good hot summer day where that ball just wouldn't stop rolling.
Pitch to Teixeira is low, 1-0. Mark on the homestand, 8 for 24. His average is now at .260. He's turned what looked like it was going to be a terrible season into a good one. He's had a great July. The 0-1. There's a strike. That double, unless he's somehow doubled off, means that Alex Rodriguez is going to bat here in the first inning. Blocked there by Kendall.
We talked about Kendall. Kendall yesterday in the first inning, he blocked about 10 balls. Here we go again. It's a good job. Catchers, I mean, you do have a chest protector on, but a lot of those end up hitting the shoulder, hitting your side, bumps and bruises all over the place.
Check swing, did he go? Yes, he did, said Bill Miller. So Teixeira stares out there, and he is down on strikes. And he cannot believe it. And that's going to bring up Alex Rodriguez. Now, he has a history with Kyle Davies. A couple of years ago, across the street, he took him 28 at-bats, but he hit his 500th home run off Kyle Davies. Now, trying to victimize Davies again. And the crowd gives him a nice hand as he comes to the plate, and you know Davies wants to avoid this.
You know, one thing you'll notice that they have to change baseballs when A-Rod comes to the plate. These especially marked balls that if some fan happens to catch the 600th home run ball, they can authenticate it that is the actual ball that he hit.
They did that in Babe's day when he was 7-14. Changed the balls. The MLB logo on it. What's that little sticker they use? The
holograms?
Yeah, there you go.
So A-Rod digs in. Runner at second. And the pitch from Davies upstairs. One player has had 2 milestone home runs off one pitcher, and that's George Foster. He had his 100th home run and his 200th home run against San Diego's Bob Shirley. No other players had 2 milestone home runs off the same pitcher. So A-Rod trying to victimize Davies again. The 1-0. And the count 2-0. A lot of the stories in the papers and on television is that A-Rod failed yesterday. No, he failed and he had 2 hits, a walk, and the Yankees won 7-1. So
let's get serious here, folks.
Yeah, it's a tough newspaper.
First of all, you want to win the game. That happened. And he got 2 hits. He helped them win.
The 2-0. And they count 2-1.
What'd you say, Paul? You think it's easy hitting home runs?
There's a lot of things out on the field, like Jorge, driving in a run. You get in a position to an RBI, and it's a base hit. A base hit is one thing, but when you have to hit the home run, and you get it in your mind, it's definitely a different swing.
Davies sets right around the chest, and the 2-1.
You know what I think? The players make the game look so easy. And the reason why they do that is because they're really good at it. These are the best players in the world. So when something goes wrong, it really stands out.
Right.
because people say, well, we see that every day in the playground on Little League fields, you know.
Yeah. Baseball's a game that everybody played when they were young, and everybody wasn't very good, and everybody got a hit, so that everybody thinks they can do it.
So a 3-1 count on A-Rod. Good hitters count. And Davies deals. Foul back.
Give him credit. He came right after him there with the 3-1 count.
Now this is A-Rod's milestone home run list. Davies was 500. Jorge De La Rosa 400. Ramon Ortiz of the Angels 300. John Garland of the White Sox 200. Nerio Rodriguez of Toronto 100. And Tom Gordon on June 12th of 95 gave up A-Rod's first home run. That was at the Kingo when A-Rod was with Seattle and Gordon was with the Royals. So the Royals have been prominent on that milestone list. And the 3-2. Fly ball, center field. Crowd got excited, but there was no carry to that, and that'll do it here in the first inning. No runs a hit, no errors, and one man left on base. We played one, it's 2-0 KC. If you were a pitcher, would you want to give up a historic milestone home run? You can text your vote to 58772. Standard text messaging rates apply. 1 yes, 2 no. Why would you want to? I guess you'd live forever, but that's an infamous way to live forever. I'd vote no, but
I'd vote no too.
Here's Wilson Betemit against Sergio Mitre. Hey, while I have the time, a somber note. Long-time New York journalist, worked for the Post, worked for the News. Vic Siegel passed away yesterday at the age of 72 after a long battle with lung cancer. Vic was the consummate New York sports writer. He was so proficient in boxing and horse racing and baseball, and he wrote with a light touch, wasn't heavy-handed. I had the fortune of working with him and for him at the New York Daily News. A really wonderful, wonderful gentleman, and our business really lost a great guy. So our condolences go out to Vic's wife and his daughter and the entire Daily News family. So a very sad passing. Vic Siegel passes away yesterday at the age of 72. The 3-0. There's a strike and a count 3-1. Two-0 Royals lead the Yankees. There's a ground ball to first. Teixeira's going to take it himself, and there's one away.
Well, they figured a way to get out Betemit, right? Get him on the left side a little bit.
Well, hits that ball pretty good, yeah. But once again, for Mitre's sake, another ground ball. And like I said, that's when he's going well, getting those ground ball outs.
Here's Rick Ankiel. And he swings at the first pitch, and a nice play there by Teixeira. Flipping to Mitre for the second out. Tomorrow, the Yankees manager answers all the big questions on a new WB Mason Presents The Joe Girardi Show. How's the second half of the season started? And how will Andy Pettit's injury affect the rotation? Joe addresses all these questions, including yours, on a new Joe Girardi Show tomorrow at 5 only on Yes.
Teixeira is really good at first. And if you look at it, you teach kids most of the time to charge ground balls, but, he took, as an infielder, you make a quick decision on how you're going to get the best hop. That's an immediate, just a read. Gave himself a chance to make that play. And the more you watch him play defensively, you just realize what he does for this team.
Just about every day he turns in, well, maybe not the sparkling play, but certainly very good plays every day. Very consistent over at first base.
Paul, yesterday you read the disclaimer. If you'd like to get to the ballpark early tomorrow and host the Joe Girardi Show with the manager, you're more than welcome to.
You going to watch? Will help me coach me through it?
I will coach you through it.
Yeah? Think I can do that?
I think it'd be fun.
You gain a lot of confidence in me. It's these long series. You gain a lot of confidence in me.
You're a pro. Once you get a paycheck, you're a pro. That one gets away from Posada. They check to see if he did swing at the pitch, but the first base umpire, Chad Fairchild, says no.
One of those lemonade days. You guys do that here?
Lemonade?
The little kids set up on the corners, neighborhoods, and sell lemonade.
Well, kids in New York set up corporations.
I figured something was just a little bit different.
They sell shares in the whole thing. The 1-2. Hedge funds. Count 2-2.
Betancourt's not the type of hitter who's going to walk very often, so you get a feeling he's going to swing at one. Something that's really close. He's only walked 10 times all year.
The 2-2 to Betancourt. Grounded to A-Rod. Tough hop right in the breadbasket. Stays with it. And a 1-2-3 inning on 3 ground balls by Sergio Mitre. That means that his ball is sinking just like he wants it to. We go to the bottom of the second inning. The Royals lead the Yankees 2-0. You're watching Yankees baseball right here on the Yankees Entertainment and Sports Network. Under 400 calories and 6 grams of fat. The light stuff menu only at Blimpie.
What are you reading the health food items for, huh? Audrey, give that to somebody else next time, would you?
2-0 Royals. We've got Robinson Cano leading off. Kyle Davies worked the scoreless first inning. Cano 2 hits away from 1,000 for his career. He had the big blow in the first inning yesterday with a bases loaded double, clearing the bases. His career high in RBIs, 97. I think he broke his bat on that.
You know, one
he's
thing
ahead of that place.
Sorry, Michael. One thing you notice when Cano comes to the plate, that the fielders are almost stationed where they should be. If you're just putting fielders on the field, and you can see his hits by season. Last year, 204 hits. But everybody's just about straight away. It tells you what type of hitter he is. He's tough to defense because he can hit the ball anywhere. So everybody's straight away on the field, which means the outfield gaps pretty big. Infield gaps pretty big.
You know, every once in a while when you were hitting and you were going through slumps, and you look at that overhead view at all that open grass, you figure you could just, figure what, can I see that right?
Yeah,
sometimes when you're hitting, these are the fielders. And when you're 0 for 19 or something like that, you go up to hit, this is what it looks like.
They're everywhere.
You ever hit like that?
They're everywhere. And they have 2 gloves on.
Yeah.
And the 2-2. Swing and a miss. Davies gets Cano. 1 down.
Good solid breaking ball here. This is designed to look like a strike. Cano goes for it, and the ball drops out of the zone. He almost picked off Kendall with that swing. Kendall, the veteran catcher, see him duck out of the way. He knew what was coming.
There's not too many left-handed hitters that don't like the ball down and in. So ahead in the count, you give them that ball down and in, but make sure that it ends up in the dirt. Good strikeout pitch for a right-hander.
There's Posada. 7 straight games for Posada with an RBI. Count 1-0. And that 7-game RBI streak matches the second highest in the majors this year. Jorge Cantu had a 10-game streak to begin the season. One's popped up, bet a meet, and foul territory, makes the second out. So 2 down, that's going to bring up Marcus Timms, making a rare start against a righty. His specialty is hitting lefties. Yankees wanted to give Nick Swisher an extra day off. He's okay with the Achilles problem. And Brett Gardner, at last check, is in the hospital. He had some problems yesterday with food. He has acid reflux problems. And that's going to be a base hit if it stays fair, and it does. It hits the bag. Infield single for Marcus Timms.
That's a beauty right there when you can roll it down the line and it stays fair. Most of the time it'll roll foul on you. Again, as a hitter, you're just running down there just hoping you get a good break.
Yeah, it's hard to believe a swing like that, that powerful, produce that type of hit. Usually you see Tim swing that well. The ball's going 400 feet. This time it barely makes 90 feet, but it's a fair ball, and he gets himself a base hit. He's 1 for 1.
There's Colin Curtis. Now with Gardner, just to finish that up, Yankees didn't seem overly concerned. They're just running some tests at the hospital right now. It feels like there's a piece of food lodged in the digestive tract, and he was feeling uncomfortable yesterday during the game, and came to the ballpark today, and they said, well, let's get you to the hospital just to check things out. But he has had documented problems with acid reflux. Colin Curtis, 4 hits in his last 6 at-bats, hitting .290. A home run and 7 ribbies. And this is a rare treat for him, getting 2 starts in a row. And that makes you a better pinch hitter as well, because good managers try to get their bench players starts every now and then, because if you just ask them to come up and get a hit, if they play once every 10 days, you're asking a little bit too much of them. There's a ground ball to short. Betancourt will fire to first, and that will do it here in the second. No runs a hit, no errors, and 1 man left. We've played 2. It's 2-0 Kansas City. Well, where our very own Kimberly Jones is sweating. Kim, how hot is it down on the field?
Well, it depends who you ask or which thermometer you ask. The bootleg one on the other side is wrong. This one says 112, Michael. It is in the third base camera well. It has said 112 all game, according to the terrific grounds crew. The one on the other side says 102. I can't explain that one. It's not that cold.
Maybe it's just cooler on the other side. Who knows?
Maybe. You're not over there, though.
No. Oh, nice. Huh?
See what the hot weather brings out?
Pitch that Chris gets is up and away. Any precautions at all with the heat, with the Yankee trainers and the Royals trainers as well?
Well, they're obviously taking precautions in terms of drinking fluids. Trainers for the Yankees, Gene Monahan and Steve Donahue, are all over it, making sure the players are hydrated. I talked to Jabba. He said, yes, they're drinking water out there. He said with those windows out there when the sun comes in, it does get really steamy, and it's steamy everywhere you go here. As for Kansas City, they're kind of used to this in Kansas City, Michael. This is Midwest humidity and heat, but I'm sure they're drinking lots of water in their dugout as well.
Now, one guy who was supposed to be on the mound is Getz dribbles one slowly back to the mound. Mitre fires to first and just gets Getz for the first out. As Andy Pettit was supposed to start this game, and the injury put him on the DL. What are the thoughts on Andy right now?
Well, first of all, Joe Girardi says Andy was telling him last night during the game he feels so good that he wants to get back out there, and Joe said, hold on, partner. Be patient. Once you get back out there, we don't want you to re-injure this groin. He also says that from time to time, yes, Andy's going to drive them nuts. Andy says that on Monday he's headed to Tampa, where he will increase his rehab. He's already played catch, Michael, and that's a very good sign just a week out. He says as soon as he can throw long toss, he'll feel even better because that way his arm strength will be maintained as his leg heals.
Scott Pasednik with an 0-1 count. I'm watching you, Kim, talking, and you've got the thermometer in your lap. You almost look like one of the characters from Toy Story, Thermometer Girl.
I like that. I like that. It's 113 now.
You got hot hands. All right, those two away. How about Brett Gardner on a serious note? Last we heard he was being examined in the hospital. What are you hearing, Kim?
Yeah, Brett has had acid reflux since he was a teenager, Joe Girardi revealed to us today, and it flared up last night. He played through it. Apparently he ate a piece of meat in the clubhouse that led to the flare-up. This morning, Brett went to the hospital. Joe thought he would be back and possibly available today. Jason Zillow told us about an hour and a half before the game that was not the case. Brett is undergoing tests, and he's not expected at the ballpark today. But Joe did emphasize to us, Michael, and you were there as well, Brett has dealt with this for years now. He's not necessarily concerned, but they are addressing the issue.
I will continue to monitor that. Kim, really get back up, and it's cooler up here, and we'll talk to you a little bit later on.
114, Michael. Thank you.
114. Count 0-2 on Kendall. So Kendall, who was hit by a pitch in the first inning, has an 0-2 count against Mitre, and the pitch. Now, when Kendall got hit, he's the active hit-by-pitch leader in Major League Baseball. How odd is this? Of the top 6, 4 of them are in this game. A-Rod is third, Jeter is fourth, Jose Guillen is tied with Eckstein for fifth, and Giambi is second at 169.
It's like those guys are walking up the plate with targets on their backs.
You see the guys, I mean, that handle the ball away. A lot of pitchers, I mean, you have to get in on them, and they're not going to budge by what their approach of going out and getting the baseball on the outside part of the plate. And it'll cost you an elbow once in a while, Ken.
So, Kendall, where's that pad?
Yeah.
I'm convinced that for many years the Yankees never retaliated when people got hit. That's why their players are high on this list, Giambi, A-Rod, and Jeter, because you felt free to do it because you weren't going to pay for it. The 1-2. Hot shot and a base hit past a diving Pena as Kendall reaches on a 2-out single.
This is what Jason Kendall does. He battles guys. I mean, he said, I talked about earlier, I mean, he's not your typical catcher. He doesn't hit home runs, runs pretty well. Drills that one through the hole. Just out of the reach.
Now, we're talking about the heat, Paul. Is it uncomfortable playing weather like this? Does it take something away?
I had no problem with the heat. I had more problem with the cold. I mean, as a player, when you're loose and you're sweating, you're out on the field, you're running around. I think it's much harder on the fans that are sitting in the sun because, you go in between innings, you'll You go through the clubhouse, it's air conditioned, you get a drink. Gino usually has the lemon water out. He puts a little lemon zest in it on the real hot days. But those are the folks that are really hot, just sitting there baking in the sun. So, you, the Baltimore, Baltimore, I remember being one of the hotter cities, muggy-wise, in baseball.
Michael doesn't mind Baltimore.
Oh, no, not at all. The city where you chew air. They should put that on the license. Runner goes. Mitre just didn't even pay attention to Kendall, and he steals second, standing up. Never looked over to first. Kendall's heads up.
Now, veteran player, this is going to be his 9th stolen base of the evening. He got a
pretty good jump.
My goodness. It's like he was running downhill.
And you can see Posada pointing. Look over. Look. All he had to do was step off. The 1-1.
I agree with you, Paul. I didn't mind the heat. You're right. Baseball's a summer game. After all, when you're a kid and you're 11, 12 years old, you go out and play all day. It didn't matter how hot it was. Doubleheader. And
Dairy Queen after the games. I mean, pretty good day.
Carvel, something like that. You just take care of that. I had a shower in my house. Go home and take a shower and cool off.
Well, you can see you guys grew up in different areas. He went to Dairy Queen. You shot over to Carvel.
Yeah, Carvel.
You went to both. Is that what you're telling me? Huh? Michael, I'd like to see you down in the pit down there with Kim just for one of those interviews in the 112. You and I, we'd melt.
I'll tell you what, Paul, all kidding aside, I sat in the stands last Saturday, and it is hot. Yeah. I mean, you're right. The fans, you got to be careful, and you really have to hydrate because you are really sweating down there. It becomes a sweltering existence. And the 3-1. There's a base hit to left field. Kendall's going to round third. He's coming home. Here's the throw from Curtis. It's up the third baseline. Butler's going to second. The throw not in time. See that walking steal? The Yankees paid for that. As Kendall scores on the single by Butler, it's 3-0 Royals.
Curtis comes up with a throw. A little high. Couldn't be cut. Good read. See ball hit hard. Obviously, with 2 outs, you're going to take the chance. This ball, you see, A-Rod can't cut that ball. He continues to go to second, and again, you've got another runner in scoring position.
Butler now has himself a 7-game hitting streak.
He's got a streak going. It's how he hits into a double play or he gets a hit. I mean, there's nothing in between.
We want to call it even after the game's over.
24 double plays he's grounded into. There's a strike to Jose Guillen. And there's some of the...
it's coming up here, isn't it?
It's on its way.
Ice cream and shakes. Some of the shakes actually started as ice cream before that trip was made.
Took the lid off and then become milkshakes.
You realize the power of your words, though, O'Neill? If you said it, there'd be shakes up here. All you have to do is say it. Say you want a Johnny Rocket shake, and it'll be up here.
Johnny Rocket?
They have Johnny Rocket shakes. That's what my nephew gets.
Chocolate malt. Let's go for that. Let's see by the end of the game, 3 chocolate malts if we can get them up here.
I think you can.
What a challenge.
All right, we'll see. There's Johnny Rockets.
Boys, it's on you. You know what? I'm looking around. I guess we need more than 3. We got a few extra people in the booth today. We got people lining up out there now.
That one is chopped over the head of Mitre. Cano is there. Guillen not running very well, and that will do it. But the Royals get a run on 2 hits and 1 man left. Oh, that ice looked pretty good as we go to the bottom of the third. 3-0 KC. Cleveland at 7:05, and then 3 games in Tampa Bay, 2 at 7:10, and then August 1st. Turn the calendar to August, and that's a 1:40 start against the Rays in St. Pete. Ramiro Pena will lead off here in the bottom of the 3rd inning. It's 3-0 Royals over the Yankees. Pena, switch hitter, it's 282 lifetime against righties, and the pitch outside. And the pitch.
Look out.
Ooh.
And got everybody's attention in the Yankee dugout.
Nick Johnson.
Nick Johnson.
Nick Johnson's hurt. Get out of the way.
Yep, but Nick Johnson's already on the DL. Recovering from wrist surgery.
There was a time, and it wasn't too long ago, Paul was on the Yankees when they didn't have that fence in front of the dugout. Hard to believe. Ground ball to second, gets Pena.
Remember Vero Beach, the spring training?
Yeah, that was scary.
Just 2 benches out there. No screen, no dugout, no nothing.
Roof. Yeah.
Nothing.
That's where the Dodgers trained for all those years. And if I'm not mistaken, Kenny, you can correct me, it's now vacant. Nobody took over Dodger Town.
Exactly. For a while, they thought that several teams are going to fill that slot and move into Dodger Town. I mean, it was already built complex, and didn't happen. And that
what
was
a great place.
Yeah, it was one of the hottest dugouts, though. I mean, just...
Well, that's where we said there's no dugout. You're just on a bench out in the middle of the sun.
Well, the Dodgers wanted it so the fans could be even closer to the players. You know, just come up and get autographs during the game.
It was dangerous, too. Forget about hot.
Yeah, that was not one of my favorite road trips.
But you know what was neat about that place? You really felt like you were going back in time. Yeah. Like if you were walking on the grounds of Dodgertown, that you could imagine Jackie Robinson there and all the great Dodgers from the Brooklyn days. Not
Snyder,
much changed, yeah.
And the streets were named after the Hall of Fame players.
The 1-1.
He has a good breaking ball. He went over his changeup in the pregame. I mean, he's thrown a couple good breaking balls to lefties for strikeouts. That ball missed, but good break on it.
The 2-1. Grounded right back to Davies for the second time. Jeter's out on the 1-3. And 2 outs.
1-3, that's not a fun thing for a hitter. You have high hopes when you hit it back up the middle, but as soon as it doesn't get by the pitcher, a good feeling. Run that ball back in on him. Jeep tries to shoot it up the middle.
There's a strike as Granderson is down 0-1, but he got a double in the first inning. Backhand scoop there by Kendall. 3-0 Royals as they're trying to pick up a win in this series. Yankees won the first 2, 10-4, and then 7-1. And the pitch. Strike.
You're right, Paul. He's using his breaking ball more than the changeup. He threw one changeup to Derek Jeter during that at bat.
That's good news. Brett Gardner is back in the dugout, so released from the hospital. That's obviously a good sign, so good that Brett is back. Count 2-2.
Yeah, Joe Girardi said he thought he might be available to him today, later on in the ballgame. Davies got a little ground ball thing working here today. There's only been one fly ball to the outfield. That was hit by Alex Rodriguez in the first inning.
He's not quite deep enough on that one.
No.
swing and a miss, and Granderson down on strike. So the Yankees go down in order on a very hot and steamy Saturday afternoon here in New York City. The Yankees trying to stay cool, but they're hoping that their bats heat up. We go to the fourth. As that sort of day, it's 3-0 Kansas City. Won 3 of the 4 batting titles in Royals franchise history. Well, who won the other? You know? We'll find out in the bottom of the fourth.
I'm going to give this one some thought. I don't know.
I think I do. I think.
We'll all know for certain shortly. Here's Alex Gordon. Alex, a college teammate with Yankee relief pitcher Jabba Chamberlain.
I know that one of the batting titles that George Brett won, he beat his teammate Hal McRae by about 1 point, 1 or 2 points.
We had one, I don't know what year it was, he had that chase at 400.
Yeah,
he ended up in the 380s, didn't he, that year?
I think he had 390.
Yeah.
Pretty good job.
Need some housekeeping.
It's like me, taking out the trash. Home, you know?
I think he was about 3 or 4 hits away from 400.
You talk about a feat.
That was 1980. He just hit and hit and hit.
And, you know, he wasn't a speedster, so when he hit, I mean, they were clean base hits. It's not like he was bunting and getting extra base hits from infield because of his speed. He was just a natural hitter.
Alex Gordon with a leadoff walk here in the fourth. Got to keep a close eye on the pitch count for Sergio Mitre. 55 pitches, and he's going to max out at 90. Now, Paul, when I went home yesterday at the game, you would think that I'd just go right to bed, right? But I knew that
I would never think
Sergio Mitre was starting. So I said,
a little homework?
Yeah, I said, you know what? I wonder how many players in Major League Baseball actually had the name Sergio. So I looked at every player who ever played the game. And Sergio Mitre is only the 6th player to ever have the name Sergio. And now he's just given up a double.
Because of that?
I don't know. Betemeet with a double, and Gordon stops at third. Yankees have had a hard time with Wilson Betemeet in this series.
I'm not going to lie, Michael. When I went home last night, that thought didn't enter my mind.
Called homework, bud.
Well, it entered mine just now. And I know this is Sergio Robles. As we took his pitch is right down the middle. And Betemeet in this series, if you throw it right there, he's going to hit it hard. And this one's in Gap City. And Gordon's going to stop. Whoop. Stop at third. He was thinking about scoring. That's a good thing.
Yeah, there's an art to that third base coach. There's a timing mechanism when you're rounding third, and you know they don't do it intentionally, but some of the third base coaches all of a sudden you think you're going to score, and they'll throw those hands up, and it's just too hard to stop.
Count 1-0 on Keel. And that one is lined into right center field. It is a base hit. That's going to score 2. Gordon scores, Betemeat scores, and Keel goes to second with a 2-run double, and it's 5-0 Kansas City.
She checked the location of this pitch as well, and you can see it's pretty much a thigh-high middle. And then Keel, not quite as far into the gap, but he's hustling into second. He's got himself a double. Here's location. Yeah, maybe a little further outside than one that Betemeat had, but and Keel's going to hook this. See him hook it right at the very end there and over second and get himself a couple of runs batted in.
And Keel reminds me a little of Russell Branyan. You know, it doesn't really change his approach of hitting throughout the count. Swings hard, dead fastball hitter. Likes to pull the ball, a lot of power.
Yeah, maybe not as much power as Branyan, but he can put a charge into it.
So picks up his 10th and 11th runs batted in, and Dustin Mosley warms up for the Yankees. You know, the deal with Mitre, if the ball's sinking, he's going to get people out. If the ball is up in the zone, it's not electric enough to have people swing and miss. So he has to have good location down in the zone. And there's a ground ball deflected by Mitre toward Cano, and they get the out. Moving to third is Ankiel. You score that 1-4-3. Well, traveling this season, take the Yankees with you. Subscribe to MLB.tv today to see every Yankees game live or on demand on your computer. Visit Yankees.com to order and get more details. MLB.tv. Baseball everywhere. Well, the Yankees bring the infield in with Chris Getz at the plate. Line drive. Oh, what a play by Teixeira. For the second out, he saved a run. Reflexes like a cat.
Well, there's your spectacular player for the first baseman today. He said maybe not a spectacular play every day, but certainly very good ones. This goes in the category of spectacular. Not much time to react. And we're going to go to the Coors Light freeze cam on this one. Watch him lay out, leave his feet, and come up with it and make the play. There it is on our Coors Light freeze cam. Mark Teixeira.
The only thing you can't see on that freeze cam is the speed that comes at you, and you don't see well in the day game. You don't, as an infielder, you don't pick up the ball as well off the bat. Great play.
Ooh, that gives you an idea how fast that was.
And remember, the infield in, so his reaction time is lessened. Amazing play. There's a strike to Posada. Count 1-1. That's what makes this game great. Other games, you do everything right, you're going to have a good result. I mean, you can't do anything better than what Chris Getz did. And a great play. He has an offer rather than a base hit and an RBI.
Plus, he gets his feelings hurt, too.
But the worst thing to come back to the dugout, keep hitting them like that, they're going to fall. And it's just like, I don't care about tomorrow. I wanted that one right there with the men in scoring position. You don't reason real well when you're just making out like that.
The 2-1. Grounded foul. Coming up in the bottom of the fourth inning for the Yankees, Teixeira, A-Rod, and Cano. So Alex will have another shot at 600. That one is looped into left center field. It's a base hit for Posada. Scoring is Ankiel. It's an RBI single, and it's 6-0 Royals. And they're checking to see if Mosley's ready in the outfield.
Again, Bisegna, we keep talking about it. I mean, he's a true leadoff hitter. He's pulled some balls. He just fought that ball off. Just enough to get it over Pena's head. Played another run.
Mosley is ready in the bullpen. And here's Jason Kendall. Pitch count is 65 for Mitre. At this point, they'd like to see him get through this inning and next. You know, eat up a couple more outs, so you save the bullpen that.
Michael, I can only say it's only for you. Look at this.
That's all for you. Those milkshakes, you got them.
The milkshakes have arrived. This place is awesome. It's like going to Oz or something.
Are you talking about the Oz on HBO? No.
Wow. This is nice. Look at this.
It's good to be Paul.
Well, you asked for him. You always blame it on me.
Oh, I didn't ask for him.
It's like you know, you got I had older brothers, and they always like, here, you go do it. You're not going to get as much trouble as from mom and dad. Yeah, you're always setting me up to this, like you're not going to drink one of them or something.
Swing and a miss. We got vanilla over here, too, unless you want vanilla or chocolate.
I'm going the chocolate route.
Can you put mine away till later?
Yeah, it'll be hot chocolate by the end of the day.
Let's put them in the fridge.
Oh, man. That's good.
Swing and a miss. Kendall down on strikes. But the Royals score 3 runs on 3 hits and 1 man left. Alex Rodriguez due up second in the bottom of the 4th as he attempts to hit his 600th. Yankees down 6-0.
Outfield.
Well, the Yankees have themselves a nice little deficit here. As they will try to climb out of a 6-0 hole, bottom of the 4th. That one's drilled deep to right field. Guillen turns, looks, see ya! Solo home run for Teixeira. Yankees on the board, 6-1.
Teixeira swinging the bat much better as of late. Don't have to do anything but put the bat on the ball there when it's up in the zone.
You know, with Davies ahead by 6 runs, he's more apt just to throw strikes now and just try to hit the plate. And when he come behind on the count, you know what he's thinking, just throw one in there. You saw the results.
How can the Yankees go back-to-back and also make history in the process? Here is Rodriguez. He flied out to center. That was in the first inning. 19th home run for Teixeira. And the pitch to A-Rod is a strike.
Well, right after him last time, I mean, sometimes as a pitcher, you'll take it as a challenge and just I'm going right after this guy, not going to pitch around him.
And the count now 1-1. Alex 10 hits in his last 24 at-bats. He's 11 for 31. On this homestand, second in the American League with 78 runs batted in. The 1-1. Dribbled slowly toward third. Betemit charges and can't make the play. Tried to barehand the ball. And we'll see how they score that.
Well, I think it would be a base hit because Betemit kind of played it into a base hit. You know, when you start going for it barehanded, it kind of tells the official scorer you think that you didn't have a chance to make the play with the glove. So you're going to give, I would give A-Rod a base hit on it.
It looks like
it's a hit, isn't it?
It is a hit.
Yeah.
Now here is Robinson Cano.
Mike, you were talking that the answer to the quiz today was Willie Wilson. Willie Wilson's from New Jersey. And he was, out of high school, one of the best football players in New Jersey. Scored 50 touchdowns or something his senior year. And he was supposed to go to the University of Maryland. And the Royals had drafted him. And at the last moment, like hours before he was supposed to go to Maryland to go to school, the Royals got the money up and he signed with the Royals to play baseball.
That's almost like what happened with Alex Rodriguez, although he went to the University of Miami to play baseball, and he was walking to his first class. And if he had entered the class, he would not have been able to sign. And then it was before cell phones. They got hold of him, and the Mariners came up with the money, and he signed. Hot shot up the middle. Oh, what a play by Betancourt. There's one, and there's two. That's one of the best double plays you'll see. Took a base hit away from Cano.
Betancourt has shown his glove in this series, and I tell you what, this ball is hit right on the nose. It's got kind of a little slice to it from a lefty. Gets rid of it. Great double play.
Man, if you're Davies, if you are Davies, you are going to take him to dinner tonight and maybe get him a milkshake.
It's like milkshake heaven around here. They just keep showing up.
This ball is hit like a rocket. And there's a double play. You see the reaction from Davies.
Now you've gotten out of control, Paul.
It's me. It's the Hard Rockets
because you asked for it.
Johnny Rockets, I thank you. The Hard Rock. It's like a competition today. We're going to drink them both and just see what happens.
Look at this glass.
That one is drilled deep to right field. See ya! Home run, Jorge Posada. And the Yankees are now down 6-2. And boy, is that double play loom large. Posada goes yard. His 12th home run of the year. His 8th straight game with an RBI.
See Betancourt there with the remnants of the infield on his jersey, and that was a big play.
That ball stays straight, no sink to it. Georgie knows he got it.
See the hit on top of the wall there? Yep, looked like it got some wall. A little paint scraper on that one, but he'll take it.
Now Yankees right back in this game. Here's Marcus Timms. And that's popped up and out of play on the right side.
The only question was that he hit it high enough. Had a little top spin, hit the top of the wall, shot up into the stands. He's had some good swings the past couple of nights.
There's a strike count 0-2. And the pitch. Now, Kenny, you mentioned that you get a big lead, a pitcher's going to pitch a little differently, but he didn't want to serve up 2 home runs this year.
Well, the whole idea is that now you don't want to walk people, force yourself to face hitters with runners on base. It's a good thing to me. I always felt if you fell behind by a few runs, if you're leading off the inning, you're going to get something to hit. And Teixeira kind of proved that. He fell behind on the count. He just hit a rocket.
And most people wear rally caps. We just went to the rally shake. We just threw a couple runs up.
And the count is full at 3-2 on Timms.
But aren't you taught that as a pitcher, Kenny, all the way through the minor leagues? If you get a big lead, you go right after, but then it comes back to bite you when you don't make good pitches. There's a big difference of throwing good strikes and throwing strikes. Strikes down the middle of the plate are going to end up in the seats.
And that one is a walk to Timms.
Especially when you're facing a better hitter than Teams.
And that's going to get Davies a visit. So Bob McClure, the pitching coach, will come out and talk to his right-hander.
Nothing but a talk here. Nobody in the bullpen yet.
Kind of settle him down a bit. Ned Yost, who took over. Trey Hillman fired earlier this year. And the Royals actually got a spike. They started playing a little better under Ned Yost. We've mentioned the fact that they can hit. They got a pretty good hitting team. Very pesky. Maybe not the power that some of the higher run scoring teams have, but they really need to improve their pitching. And that's why it might have been the reason why they made a deal for Sean O'Sullivan. He beat the Yankees early this week. They went out and got him. He'll be pitching tomorrow.
Davies deals to Curtis. Swings at the first pitch and lofts it to left field deep. Resednik back, still back, and he makes the play for the final out. But the Yankees get back in the game. It started with Martin Teixeira's home run into the seats in right. Then Alex Rodriguez with an infield single, but a great double play started by Betancourt. And the next batter, Jorge Posada went yard. Now it's 6-2 Royals. Mitre's still out there, and he will face 3, 4, and 5 in the Royals order.
Bob's been playing solitaire all weekend.
Yes, he has.
Sitting there.
He's shading himself from the sun.
Tell a veteran fan. He's been to the ballpark before. Yeah.
Right back to Mitre. One away. 1983. On this date, on July 24th, George Brett goes yard against Goose Gossage. Or did he? They check out the pine tar, and Tim McClellan, the umpire, and George Brett goes absolutely ballistic. He cannot believe they're taking the home run away from him.
Whoa, man. You just feel his intensity. And Michael, you were talking about the old Yankee Stadium, and you saw how easy it was to run from the dugout straight to the field with no fence in front there.
And here's how it turned out after the August 18th resumption, when I believe Ron Guidry was in center field. And Quisenberry with the save. That one's driven deep to left field off the bat of Guillen. See ya! Oh, what a shot into the second deck. A solo home run for Guillen, and it's 7-2 Royals. That is a monster home run by Jose Guillen.
We talked about this. It's the one guy in their lineup that has this type of power, and I don't know, Michael, that's the first ball I've seen in the second deck. Have you seen it more than that this year?
No, not yet. That is his 16th home run. He's the only player on the Royals at double figures in homers.
And that's the last pitch that Mitre is going to throw. So after 72 pitches, Girardi's going to take the ball from Mitre. He's going to go to Mosley. And there's one out at the top of the 5th inning after this swing. It's Royals 7, Yankees 2. Mosley against Gordon. We'll come back in just a second.
People in the lower deck were stunned as this ball flew over to them and into the seats, second deck for a home run.
You're sitting in that second deck, you don't expect the ball. And then the guy ends up throwing it back on the field. I don't know.
It's probably flat.
This call to the bullpen brought to you by AT&T. Rethink possible. Dustin Mosley will take over.
Aren't you a little upset if you're a little kid and you get a home run ball and your dad chucks it back out on the field?
A little bit, yeah. This will be the 4th game for Mosley. And he deals to Gordon a strike. Mitre went 4 1/3 innings, 7 hits. 7 runs, 5 of them earned. The 0-1. Count 0-2. It's very difficult to see if Mike Riley's calling a strike when you're behind him, and I don't understand why Major League Baseball has him do that. He pushes his hand forward rather to the side where nobody can really see it. And he does it all the time.
Yeah, Riley's been around a very long time, though. He's actually umpired when I was playing, so you know he's been around a long time. And that's the way he's always done it.
There's a ground ball to second. Cano is there. And there are 2 outs.
Mosley's another pitcher that you're looking for the ground ball. If his sinker's working, hits the grounders, he'll be okay. Not really overpowering.
Here's Betamete with 2 outs. And the count 1-0.
I remember last night when Robbie came up in the first inning and you said, you know, he's in a hitter's count, he's going to hit a ball hard. And you almost feel about Betamete the same way. He's going through a groove as a hitter where he's hitting for a high average. It just seems like time and time again he's hitting the ball hard.
You've been in those grooves where you feel like pitcher's got nothing for you. If they make a little bit, the slightest mistake, right, you're going to hit the ball hard.
Recognize the pitch very quickly when things are going well. Fastball, curveball, you adjust very well. Fun time to go to the plate.
Here's the strike 1 call. Yeah, it'd be nice if the people behind you would see, Mike. Pitch outside.
See, I'm always going to stick up for the umpire, you know.
That's you. And Betamete works a walk. And that'll bring up Rick Ankiel. Ankiel grounded to first and then had a 2-run double in the 4th.
And sooner or later, you've got to get away from the fastball, Ankiel, and make him prove that he can hit a breaking ball or an off-speed pitch. Every swing he's had in this series, if it's been a good swing, has been off a fastball.
High fly ball, left field. Curtis battles the sun, and he makes the play for the final out of the 5th. 1 run, 1 hit. Now 1 man left. That 1 hit, it traveled a great distance. Off the bat of Jose Guillen, his 16th. At the end of 4 1/2, we're halfway through. Royals 7, Yankees 2. historic milestone home run. You've been texting us at 58772, and here's how you voted. How's that all? How? You would want to give up a historic home run. I'd love to ask Al Downing if he liked giving up Hank Aaron's 715. Al Downing had a really good career, and people just remember him for that. That's a very odd voting. That's the way the votes were tabulated. The 0-1. 1-1.
Again, Davies comes out here. They tacked on another run. It's important for him from the Kansas City standpoint to try to keep the Yankees at bay because, you know, if you get the Yankees going in the bullpen that the Kansas City Royals has been having trouble throughout the year. So it's important for him as a starter to know that, you know, if you want to win, you know, it's your job to, you know, throw up a couple more innings, keep that lead.
The Yankees have more innings of 4 runs or more than any team in baseball.
Grabbed there by Butler. He bubbles. And Pena beats it out.
Pena got down the line quick. Butler, you can see, kind of losing his balance and kind of rushed the throw and figured out he had to throw it a little harder than he wanted to. See, he's almost falling over. Thinks he has more time and threw an absolute bullet over there.
When Butler first came to the major leagues, they were looking for a position for him, and they had a feeling that he was eventually going to become a first base. Look at this as Yesmo. His feet kind of get tangled up. Did he step on his own glove? He might have. Forces him to the turf here at Yankee Stadium, and then he really had to hustle because Pena was getting down the line.
Pitch outside to Jeter. Jeter's grounded out to Davies twice. Jeter the DH today. 8 for 35 so far in this homestand for Jeter. This could be a double play. There's one. And there's two. A 4-6-3 double play on the bat of Jeter.
I don't know if you're going to be able to talk Jeter to get back into that DH role very often. These are the days when you're DH and they're very frustrating. First two at bats, ground out to the pitcher. And you come up in that situation there and hit in a double play. Then that DH role gives you that much time just to sit and do nothing and think about your hitting.
Here's Granderson. And a strike. Oh, right through the hands and through the legs of Mick Kelleher. A rare misplay.
This is definitely a first. I have not seen this.
Whiffed it.
Did the ball hit the elbow pad? I don't think so.
But you know, you see where the hands are. The hands got to be down. You can't come up on the ball, Mick.
The sun is being obscured by some clouds right now, so a little cooler at the ballpark. Field kind of in shade. Count 2-2.
You know, it's amazing to think that 12 hours ago this field was completely underwater. I mean, the warning track, the field, puddles, everything. It doesn't even you can't even tell that it rained last night. Amazing thing they've done to this field as far as drainage.
I went out and checked right field. Remember all the water out in right field last night?
They always dump in right field.
Before the game, I went out there and checked it to see how it looked. It was perfect. Like it hadn't rained at all.
It's amazing. new thing for you, Michael. You can field condition with your weather forecast.
Granderson works a walk. And that's going to bring up Teixeira. He had a home run his last time up.
He has now reached safely in 40 straight games.
Imagine the numbers one year that Teixeira is going to put up when he gets off to a good start. I mean, just every single year he seems to dig that hole, but he knows deep down inside where he's going to be. One of these years he'll just show up, get off to a good year, and have that career year, which, you know, if you look at most of his numbers, are pretty much career years for everybody else every year.
That might be the year he jumps near 50 homers.
It is 19th in the 4th inning. That one is driven deep to right field. There's his 20th. See ya! A long home run into the bleachers. A 2-run shot. It's 7-4 KC. Back-to-back home runs for Mark Teixeira.
Again, I think you're going to see a pitch up in the zone. Davies doesn't have that kind of stuff to throw it by Teixeira when he's throwing the ball, or he's swinging the bat this well. Wow. Right off the barrel of the bat. Extension. Oh, already knows where that one's going. It went above the Modell sign out there in the second deck.
He could back there go home run.
Yeah.
That's going to bring up Alex Rodriguez, so they bring in the special baseballs that are marked. So if it lands in the stand, somebody who wants to give it back to A-Rod, they know that they have the actual baseball. He's at 599, looking for his 600th home run. And Davies deals. Breaking ball with no bite upstairs, 1-0. This is the list that Alex is trying to join. He's trying to become only the 7th man in baseball history to get to 600 home runs. And when he hits his 600th, he'll be the youngest player ever. The youngest player right now to hit 600, Babe Ruth at 36. The 1-0. 1-1. Those are some of the specially marked balls. R17, 18, 19.
Imagine the R's for Rodriguez.
This R14 is the one in play. And that is hit on one hop to Getz. And that'll do it. But the Yankees continue to creep closer here at the stadium. They scored 2 runs on 2 hits and nobody left. We played 5, 7-4 Royals. phone. This is Beyond Cable. This is Fios. Well, they saw him in an Angels uniform on Tuesday. He returns tomorrow in a Royals uniform. Sean O'Sullivan, 1-0, 2.08. Phil Hughes will try to bounce back from a rough start on Tuesday, 11-3, 3.99. Our coverage begins at 12:30 with our pregame show, and first pitch is right around 108 or 109. And those are the mound opponents tomorrow. Mosley deals to Betancourt, and there's a strike. So home runs by Teixeira, 2 of them, and Posada put the Yankees in this ballgame at 7-4, top of the 6th.
When you look at those two-way trades, usually with prospects and one guy that can help an organization immediately, I mean, it's a feel-good situation for the one guy going to the winning organization. And then O'Sullivan, although he's going to a team that's not in the running right now, he's going to a team where he's going to get, he's going to get the starting ball every 5th day. So probably work out well for both players.
Well, with the Angels, he's more or less pitched down at Salt Lake until recently. That's their AAA club in Pacific Coast League.
Popped up. Posada, that's a tough play. And he makes it for the first out.
He wanted it, makes the basket catch. Here it is on Yesmo. And he throws that bare hand on it, make sure it doesn't escape the leather.
You know, one thing with the trade deadline approaching at the end of this month, and then we're talking about the trade of O'Sullivan, you don't realize how traumatic that must be. I mean, imagine if you in your job, you work in an office job, and they just tapped you on the shoulder and said, okay, you've been traded to Kansas City, you have to be there in 24 hours. You have to pick up everything and leave. You have a family and things like that. It's a very difficult part of the job that people, I guess, don't really understand. There's a fly ball by Getz, and Granderson makes it. I was talking to Aaron Boone yesterday. He said, well, I was traded midseason from the Reds to the Yankees. He said, I didn't know what to do. He said, I had a dog. I had just gotten married. He said, I figured the wife would follow me. I didn't know I'd get the dog to New York. He goes, these are things that people don't, they don't appreciate because nobody's been put in that situation. But it's a part of being a baseball player.
Yeah, younger players, obviously, it's an exciting time because you're getting an opportunity, and you're so used to going to spring training. You stay in a hotel, you play in a minor league city, and it's not your home, so you're in and out of bags. But the veteran players is a much different thing because obviously your life's a lot more stable than it was in the minor leagues.
I got traded in spring training just before the season started, and I was single then, so it didn't really matter. I just knew I was going to play more. So that was a good thing, yeah.
Both of you guys got traded from your hometown teams.
Yeah, that's true. My mom was crying.
My wife was crying.
My dad said, this is going to be a good thing. He gets to play all the time now.
My dad said the same thing.
Yeah.
1-1 is lofted into left field. It's a base hit off the bat of Posada, who's putting on a show in this series. He's 3 for 4 today.
I was cutting the grass when it happened. I guarantee I got you there, kid.
Yeah, you do.
All right. Yeah, you said it, Michael. I mean, every once in a while you come into a series and a guy just really impresses you, and Posednik just continues to do it.
He had 2 hits on Thursday. He had a hit yesterday, 3 hits today, so 6 hits so far in the 3 games of this series. There's Jason Kendall. He's 1 for 2, was hit by a pitch, 2 stolen bases, 2 runs scored. An eventful day for him as he swings and misses. There's no way your dad could have imagined it would have worked out this well.
He was the ultimate optimist, and he just, I don't know if he was lying to me or telling me the truth, but it certainly did give me a great opportunity to play for a good organization with great players. And At the time, as a player, when you're traded, the first thing you think is I'm not good enough to play here. So it's kind of like saying you're not good enough.
No, but you got to look at it the other way. That means somebody else wants you.
Yeah.
Yeah. So that's the way. When you're an optimist, that's the way you look at it. Like, this other team really wants me. They think I can do something.
How about when you're the player to be named, where they just throw you in a month later? Does that still count for a team that really want you?
They settled for you.
Yeah.
Sednick's going. He's really thinking about it.
But Kendall pops it up. Ramiro Pena shading his eyes, and he'll put it away for the final out of the 6th. No runs a hit, and 1 man left. We go to the bottom of the 6th. It's 7-4 Kansas City. By Toyota, the official hybrid vehicle of the New York Yankees. Well, the Yankees are trying to creep back in this against Kyle Davies, who has served up 3 home runs, 2 to Teixeira and 1 to Posada, 2 solo shots and 1 2-run shot. Cano was robbed of a base hit in the 4th inning. A great play up the middle by Unieski Betancourt. He turned it into a 6-4-3 double play. So Cano is 0 for 2. There's a ground ball at first. Butler is there. He flips to Davies. 1 pitch, 1 out. Former Yankee Kyle Farnsworth is warming in the Kansas City bullpen.
Number 20, Jorge Posada. Number 20.
Hard throwing right-hander. Posada is 1 for 2. The home run in the 4th inning, his 8th straight game with an RBI.
Has there been a specific game plan about Jorge and Cervelli? See Jorge's homer?
No, there is not. It seems like they don't play Jorge day game after night game. They try to get Cervelli maybe 2 or 3 games a week. You see what he's done during this 8-game RBI streak, 370. Cervelli maybe catches closer to 2 games a week.
Jorge actually was the DH in last night's game, and then I think Joe Girardi realized how hot he's been. He has to get him in there one way or another. And then today, Cervelli gets the day off, and Jorge's behind the plate.
Well, you would as a player, you don't want days off during those hot streaks where you don't even want to look at the lineup card. You just got to assume that you're in there, you're swinging it well.
You got to admit, it's a good feeling when you come to the ball. There's Nick Swisher. Nick said he was feeling a lot better today. That Achilles is a little sore, but Joe Girardi wants to give him at least one more day. It's a good feeling when you come to the ball, but you don't even have to look at the lineup card. You know you're hitting third. What I liked about hitting third, I knew I was going to hit in the first inning.
The 2-2. And the count 3-2. Tim's on deck. And Posada works a walk. Hey, don't miss the Yankees Rock On weekend through tomorrow. There will be great giveaways at each game, and the 2009 trophy is going to be on display at Gate 2 for photo opportunities. For special ticket promotions, log on to Yankees.com, visit the Yankee Stadium box office, or you can call Ticketmaster locations. Rock on, everybody. Well, Ned Yost has gone as far as he's going to go with Kyle Davies. So he is going to bring in Kyle Farnsworth to deal with Marcus Timms. So Davies can get the win. He cannot take a loss. He departs after 5 1/3. We'll be back in just a moment. Monday at 11, only on Yes.
Talk about the lemonade. You see that?
I think you need that after hot
No,
yoga.
I'm not opening my mouth. It'll start raining lemonade in here.
Can he ever do hot yoga?
Who?
Kyle Farnsworth will take over.
No, to answer your question, no.
Farnsworth putting together a pretty good year, 2.41, 3-0. Always had very good stuff, somewhat inconsistent with his command.
The Yankees had signed him as a free agent. Spent 06, 07, part of 08 with the Yankees. The Yankees traded him to Detroit in 2008 for Pudge Rodriguez.
Posada's at first with one out. And the count 1-0. Now 1-1. Drops a breaking pitch in there for a strike, 1-2.
This guy, in a sense, kind of remind you of A.J. Burnett over his career. Unbelievable stuff. Can't figure out at times how he gets hit. But he's had a tough time getting people out.
Fastball is outside, 2-2. That's what he did with the Yankees. About a strikeout per inning. High ERA, 6-9. 181 games. His stuff is very seductive. You look at his stuff and you say, no one should ever hit this guy, but they do.
He still throws hard, and when he broke in with the Cubs, I mean, he was 100-mile-an-hour guy. He still throws in the mid-90s. And guys like this, every once in a while, kind of fall in love with striking people out with that slider, and they don't realize how hard it is to hit that 100-mile-an-hour fastball.
I think what you're looking at in this at-bat is part of the reason it makes him kind of frustrating, because he goes into deep counts, 3-2. And it seems like he's always on the precipice of getting into some real trouble.
3-2. Strike 3. Dropped the breaking ball in there for the second out.
Take a look at this last pitch. Wasn't really missed the location. It looked like Kendall wanted it down and away, but he picks up the strike over the inside corner. Slider at the knees.
Here's Colin Curtis. He's 0 for 2. And the count 2-0. Curtis grounded to short and fly to left.
Curtis borrowed a couple of those batting gloves from Jeter. He's got the Jordan logo on it. It's Jeter's property, isn't it?
The 2-0. And the count 3-0. And they give him that strike on the outside corner. 3-1.
Always drive you crazy as a hitter that 3-0 count. It just seemed like this. Anything the catcher catches is a strike.
Yeah, the plate gets as wide as the distance between the dugouts.
3-1. And that one is too far outside. So Colin Curtis walks. Runners on first and second. That'll bring up Pena as the tying run. This copyrighted telecast is presented by authority of the New York Yankees and may not be reproduced or retransmitted in any form, and the accounts and descriptions of this game may not be disseminated without the express written consent of the New York Yankees. I want to thank our whole camera crew. They've done a great, except for Jack. Jack's the only one with air conditioning, but all the other guys outside, just a great job.
Jack, you must just draw the long straw every day, man.
Robbie's got his own fan. I like that.
Jack's sitting here sipping milkshakes. Everybody else is sweating off 20, 30 pounds. That's our Yesmo camera.
We've had some great shots from Yesmo this series. Not according to the umpires, but for the fans.
I need a shot of one of the cameramen. I have to ask him a question right on the air. Any of them. Not Jack, though. All right, Keith, you see me? All right, do you guys hate Jack because he got air conditioning? No. They love Jack. The 0-2. Swing and a miss. The ball gets away from Kendall, and they will take the out at first, and that is going to do it as the Yankees waste a scoring opportunity. No runs, no hits, no errors, and 2 men left. We go to the 7th. The Yankees are down by 3.
Going in, does it. 3 for 4 with an RBI and a run scored, sitting right at the top of the order for the Kansas City Royals.
Now there's Tad. Nobody likes Tad. They don't mind that he's hot.
Tad's on fire. Look at these guys.
There's Casey Stendel.
That's a real fan there.
There we go.
Yeah, Pete, way to go, Pete.
All right, we go to the 7th inning. It is 7-4 Royals on the Verizon Wireless scoreboard, and it'll be 3, 4, and 5 in the Royals order against Dustin Mosley, starting with Billy Butler. Count 1-0. Top of the order for the Yankees in the bottom of the 7th inning, but they want to hold it at 7. So 3 runs, certainly not a huge deficit, and especially not for this offense. Count 1-1. Only one other game going on in Major League Baseball right now as the Cubs lead the Cardinals 6-3 in the top of the 7th inning. Robinson Tejeda is warming in the bullpen for the Royals. The 1-1. Chopped to short. Pena. 1 out.
Pena's very smooth in the field. It's got to be a bonus for Joe Girardi knowing he can plug him in anywhere near him. Second, third, short. He's going to make all the plays. Young man from Monterrey, Mexico. He can pick it. Mario Mendoza's from
Monterrey?
Yeah, no, I don't think he's from. I know he's from Mexico. Maybe not Monterrey.
Been to Monterrey. They become good fielders down there too, because have you ever seen a field down in Monterey? Rocks,
no,
glass, everything. You get all kind of bad hops. You're just used to it. You get to play shortstop on a major league field. It's like easy.
1-0 to Guillen. Last time up, Guillen with a long home run into the second deck and left. I would say that the second deck in this ballpark is commensurate to the upper deck in the old ballpark.
You mean left field as opposed to right field?
Both. Remember, if you hit a ball into the upper deck and left, it was a big deal. He hits a ball into the second deck here, it's a big deal. Same thing in right field. This is just a shot that you don't see very often. I don't know if we've ever seen one going to the second deck.
I'll find out tomorrow in batting practice and ask if, even in batting practice, if guys have been up. I know they have in the second deck in right field, but I don't know about left field. Poke.
Remember, across the street, wasn't B.J. Upton hit one in the upper deck in left field? I think he hit it off Messina. I remember Canseco hit one while playing for the Yankees.
I saw Canseco do it. I also saw
Fielder.
Cecil Fielder off Xavier Hernandez.
That was his 50th home run of the year. Swing and a miss, and Guillen down on strikes. Tomorrow, the Yankees close out the series against the Royals here in the Bronx. Complete coverage starts at 12:30 with the Tri-State Ford pregame. Then Kenny, Paul, and I are back with the call. Royals-Yankees tomorrow at 12:30. Only on Yes. One of the most impressive upper deck home runs was a home run into the right field upper deck by Derek Jeter. That was about 4 years ago. That was an amazing shot. Opposite field upper deck.
Against the traffic.
Here's Alex Gordon. And a strike.
Now, I wonder, Juan Encarnacion hit the one that would have gone over the Sports Authority sign in this ballpark, where that was in the old. I wonder if that's farther than the old ballpark to go over the bullpen.
I think it is, because I think that was the longest home run. He hit off Ramiro Mendoza.
Yeah.
El Brujo didn't get that one down.
Sinker wasn't sinking.
Oh, my goodness, was that ball hit. It was up there for a half an hour. Two guys around. The inning was over by the time it landed.
I don't know if you were at the Yankees yet, Paul. How about the shot that Jay Buhner hit against the ambulance?
I saw, I wasn't here. I saw replays of that one. A lot of people talked about it.
That was incredible.
I saw one Winfield hit, because I was playing right field, and he hit it to left over at the old stadium, and it was looked like a jet taking off.
Count 2-2.
Talking about long home runs. One day we were in batting practice in Cincinnati, and it was almost unfeasible to hit the ball in the upper deck because it was the old round stadium and everything. And so in batting practice, there had been a high school game before us, so we started hitting with aluminum bats, hitting them in the upper deck like it was nothing.
Tap back to the mound and a 1-2-3 inning for Dustin Mosley as he gets Alex Gordon to ground back to the mound. At the end of 6.5. Will stay right here to honor America in the Bronx.
And offer a moment of silent prayer as we remember the servicemen and women who are serving our country at home and around the globe. Thank you. Now Kate Smith's rendition of God Bless America.
To the old
early, and they have yet to look back. The Yankees creeping back in on the Verizon Wireless scoreboard, 7-8-0 for the Royals and 4-7-1 for the Yankees. It'll be the top of the Yankee order against a new Royals pitcher. It's Robinson Tejeda, and we saw him the first game of this 4-game set.
Yeah, he was the one who gave up $5.99 to A-Rod.
And now it'll be Jeter, Granderson, and Teixeira. And if anybody gets on, A-Rod will get a swing here in the 7th. Jeter is 0 for 3 today. 2 ground balls back to the mound, then wrapped into a 4-6-3 double play. Garrick's hitting at 269. And he shows bunt, takes pitch outside. 1-0. He saw Betamete bat, but it might be a good chance at an easy hit. Derek, a 315 lifetime hitter, so his numbers are 46 points below what he's used to hitting. The 1-0. And the count 2-0. The trade deadline is approaching at the end of the month. Jeter fouls it back, and this is a big blow for the Oakland A's. They just put Ben Sheets on the DL. And you almost got the feeling that the A's signed Ben Sheets so that they could trade him and get something toward the trade deadline. But now they gave him $10 million, and he hasn't pitched that well this year, and he goes on the DL.
It's almost like a sign and trade.
Yeah. The 2-1. Foul ball. And this time with a strained right elbow. He's always had shoulder problems. This time Sheets on with an elbow problem. The 2-2. Rounded left side. Grabbed there by Betancourt. No, it's under his glove. Into left field. So a base hit for Jeter. His first of the afternoon. Time for the Yankees in-game box score, brought to you by McDonald's. Jeter's 1 for 4 just like that. Updated. Curtis Granderson a double and a run scored. Mark Teixeira 2 home runs. Alex Rodriguez an infield single. Cano's hit the ball hard at least once, but he's 0 for 3. Posada 1 for 2 a home run. Tim's 1 for 2 an infield single against the third base bag. Colin Curtis has walked, and Ramiro Pena with an infield single as well.
Here's Betancourt, and no chance for that one.
Sellout crowd here at the stadium. Just announced 48,138. Hits are even at 8 apiece after Jeter's single. But the Royals lead 7-4. And Tejeda deals low, 2-0.
Falling behind the first 2 hitters that he's faced. Managers love those relievers coming out of the bullpen throwing strikes.
Especially with the lead.
High drive, a right field but foul.
I saw Tejeda the other night. He had a decent changeup.
Popped up again. Foul territory, first base side. Butler makes the play. Turned it into an adventure, but he stayed with it to make the play for the first out.
Must be the glove. We talked about that slooped up glove, but look at that. Uh-oh. Again, you don't know where the dugout is. Ball starts carrying him.
Well, here's the red-hot Mark Teixeira. He's had some day. Starting in the 4th.
Line drive into the seats. And this was a little different. This is a high, towering fly ball into the bleachers for his second home run of the game.
Jeter leads off first. And Teixeira takes a strike.
Teixeira now with 262 career home runs.
So long, hovering in the 220s, lower than that, now at the 263. 20 homers, 69 ribbies. Foul back. Now the Yankees would like to do their catching up this inning and next inning to see what Teixeira's done in a red-hot July, because the Royals have a big-time closer on Joaquin Soria. And he'll come in the ninth as Alex Rodriguez waits on deck. Count 1-2.
Both home runs have been fastballs out over the plate, up in the zone. You try to get in on his hands there. Wasn't biting.
One-two pitch. Line foul. Against Boston, Mark Teixeira actually connected for 3 home runs. This was on May 8th at Fenway Park. There's one. That one around the pesky pole is 2. Ooh. And then over the monster is 3. Hitting the light stanchion.
Have yourself a ball game.
He's got 2 today. Can he get 3? Boy, is he hitting the ball hard.
He's passing out tough souvenirs today.
There's Duckett over there. I don't know if I want that one or not.
Wow, there he is. Guy's going to take over for me. It'll be very soon, buddy.
Aaron told me last night that's what he's going to do.
Really?
Yeah, Aaron, my son. He said, that's what I'm going to do. I said, well, what kind of training you got? I've seen a lot of games.
That was pretty much my training. Swing and a miss on the changeup. So Teixeira down on strikes. That's going to bring up A-Rod.
Thursday, out over the plate, an 0-2 pitch. That was off to Hayden, number 599.
And he's sitting at 599 since then. And again, they exchange baseballs, and they bring in the baseballs that are marked up. So Alex so far today is 1 for 3. Runner at first. Yankees trying to get back into this game. A home run would be nice, but it would be bigger and make it 7-6. It would be of meaning. And there's a strike count 0-1. Alex, yesterday and today, looks a little anxious, a little jumpy. A little bit of an uppercut in his swing. Took him 28 at-bats last year, or 2 years ago, from 499 to 500. The 0-1. Another strike, this one on the outside corner, and A-Rod's not in love with that call. The count 0-2.
Well, the count was 0-2 last time he got to Tejada. Let's take a look. Does it hit the corner? Yep, and plenty of it.
Maybe he thought it was low, but that had a lot of the plate. Bettamy deep at third and close to the line. They play Alex straight away in the outfield. And the 0-2 outside. Sellout crowd looking to see history as Alex trying to become the youngest man to hit 600 home runs. He's 34. His birthday is Tuesday. The 1-2. Grounded towards short. They'll go the short way, and that'll do it. So Jeter's leadoff single is wasted. No runs a hit, no errors, and one man left on base. Let's go to the 8th. 7-4 Royals. Apply. Wilson Bedamete taps one back to Mosley. One away. Mosley's done a nice job since coming in relief of Sergio Mitre in the 5th. He's allowed a single and a walk. And what the Yankees have done for 2 successive days, their starters haven't given them length. Now, yesterday wasn't the fault of A.J. Burnett because of the hour and 25-minute rain delay, but they haven't had to burn their bullpen out. They haven't had to use several people, just their long guys. So they're set up. They're okay.
Last night it was Chad Godin, who went 3 innings, allowed a run on 4 hits.
And then Jonathan Albaladeo was actually sent down to make room for Mitre today. And Ankiel pops one up. Cano makes the call on the catch for the second out. Betancourt 0 for 3. Each team with 8 hits. The Royals lead the Yankees 7-4.
Talked about Betancourt being 0 for 3, but probably made the game-changing play here right before a home run, turned an unbelievable double play that really changed the outlook of that inning.
Grounded to Alex Rodriguez. He'll gobble it up. And then a 1-2-3 inning for Dustin Mosley, who has retired 7 in a row. A 4-pitch inning for Mosley. We go to the bottom of the 8th, 7-4 Kansas City. On Deck is back with all new episodes as Bernie Williams takes us backstage at one of his concerts. It's Yankees on Deck. It's only on Yes.
I saw Bernie the other day.
How's he doing?
Looks good. I heard somebody called me. I looked over. Bernie's parked in the loading dock. Must have been picking up a friend or something.
Robinson Cano takes a strike from Robinson Tejeda.
Bernie's all into the music now. Did a good job with it, too.
Still has not officially retired, though.
Is that right?
That's right.
Looking for the one last hanging slider. Smoke it out of the park. Couple men on base.
Foul back. It'll be Cano, Posada, and Marcus Thames. Kyle Davies started. Left with one out in the sixth. Kyle Farnsworth gets 2 outs. Tejeda works a scoreless 7th inning, now out for the 8th. Fair ball. Butler knocks it down. And they get Cano at first.
And these are the days Robbie's hit them balls hard. Good play to knocking it down. First baseman, second baseman, your first job is to knock it down, get to it. You got a little more time being on the right side of the infield. You're still able to make the play.
Kind of rattle around there on the Esmo.
I've seen some fancy footwork over there from Butler today.
Well, as a first baseman, Butler's a pretty good hitter. And they're just trying to find a place where he's not going to hurt them. He's not a great first baseman. He's the first to admit that. Here's Posada, 1 for 2 with a walk. On deck, Nick Swisher's come out to bat for Thames. Foul back to the screen. Nick has not started the previous 2 games with a left Achilles problem. And the count 0-2. Fouled away.
Talked about it, Michael. Important inning for the Yankees. You know, you got 1 out already, but you got Soria, who is the 1-1 strong point. The Royals bullpen. Can expect to keep it off for the 9th inning. So important inning for the Yankees.
And Posada down on strikes. Let's take a look at the pitch by pitch on Posada, brought to you by Suzuki Kazashi.
Yeah, he finished it off with a good fastball. Let's see how he went about it. Look like breaking ball up. Posada fouls it back. Looked like a change. He got ahead of him. Fouls it up. That's in the middle of the plate. Then he blew that one right by him. Went to his best fastball in underneath the hands and struck it out. He's got some good stuff.
Yeah, he had that one pitch. He had that kind of a hanging slider, and Georgie was kind of caught in between over the middle of the plate. He fouled it back. That was his pitch to hit in that count.
So pinch hitting for Thames is Swisher. Thames was 1 for 2 with a walk. And Tejeda deals. 1-0. (7-4) Royals lead the Yankees. Tejeda works out of the stretch with no one on base. That one's grounded foul. This time Mick Kelleher comes up with it. Kept the hands down, just as Paul O'Neill said he should.
Boy, Mick, you see, now this is perfect. Hands down, don't come up. See that?
Perfectly balanced.
Right there. Never expect Mick to make 2 errors in one day, right?
The 1-1. Fouled away, left side and out of play. They've got Soria up in the Kansas City bullpen already.
Paul, you ever had a sore Achilles?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, I have too. They're not much fun. I feel like your next step might be your last one.
Just a tight feeling, and you really notice it when you get up in the morning. You know, it takes a while to get it loose.
And the pitch inside. The Royals jumped ahead 2-0 in the first, made it 3-0 with a run in the third, made it 6-0 with 3 in the top of the fourth, then the Yankees answered with 2 in the bottom of that inning. Then the Royals made it 7-2, the Yankees then made it 7-4. That's where we stand. All the scoring done in the first 5 innings.
You might expect Swisher has not had many opportunities to pinch hit this year. This is his first pinch hit at bat.
Well, he's done what he does with every at bat. He's worked the count. He's at 3-2.
That one is driven out into left center field. Giving chase is Ankiel on the run, and he makes the play. Rick Ankiel eating up a lot of real estate, and then with the dive, he hauled it in to take an extra base hit away from Nick Swisher. Nice play by the converted pitcher, who makes a pretty good outfielder and makes Tejeda pretty happy. And right for Timms as we go to the 9th inning. And Chris Getz will lead off. Dustin Mosley still out there. He's done a great job. And there's a strike.
Curveball.
Getz has a very good speed. A-Rod hit on the grass. And Teixeira just moved back a couple of steps.
Both looking in on those curveballs, wondering where they are. They're going around the plate. Pretty close pitches.
Count 2-2. Now you wonder how decisions are made. Well, Sergio Mitre had to come on the roster up the DL, so they had to send somebody down. Obviously, they gave thought maybe Mosley. Maybe you designate Godin for assignment. But they've got options on Albaladeo, and they sat down and said, you know what, we might need Link today out of the bullpen, so let's keep Mosley up. And you know what's paid off? Because Albaladeo would not have been able to give them 4 innings.
Yeah, that's true, and they used Godin last night. So,
ever go through that option game, Kenny? Every time that you were up, you were in a different class of players because you had options. They had options on you to be able to send you down. I was in that position in Cincinnati. We had Tracy Jones, Cal Daniels, Eric Davis, and myself. All came right at the same time. And
that's pretty good players.
Yeah, Eric was out of options, and I had some options, which, you know, when it happened, Tony Perez would come off a disabled list, and then whether you were playing good or not, you were sent down because of the options.
3-2. Hit sharply and grabbed there on the short hop by Cano. And Mosley has retired 8 in a row. Time for the Land Rover drive of the game. Why get a car when you can own a Land Rover?
Yeah, this is a drive of the game in the 5th inning. A tremendous drive off the bat of Jose Guillen into the second deck in left field. First one we've seen this year. That was his 16th home run of the year. It's our Land Rover drive of the game. Impressive.
Posednik looks at a strike. Popped up. Pena will make the play behind A-Rod for the second out.
It looked like one of those games that, you know, you get behind pretty bad early in the game. You kind of fight back a little bit, and I think the heat starts to settle in, makes it difficult to continue to try to go after it. And they got one more shot here in the bottom of the 9th inning to keep them right there.
Kendall 1 for 3, hit by a pitch, 2 stolen bases, and 2 runs scored. He looks at a first strike from Mosley.
Yeah, but the problem for the Yankees here as they go to the bottom of the 9th down by 3 is that this is the first time they're going to see Joaquin Soria in this series. And the whole idea is to not see him at all if you can.
The only time you want to see him is when he needs some work and you've got a big lead. And, you know, facing closers in that situation is a little bit different. When they come in with that save opportunity, as is Mariano, they're completely different pitchers.
Mosley has been working from the stretch the entire time, and he gets Kendall to ground to short. That's quite a performance by Dustin Mosley. Now, do the Yankees have a comeback in their bones? If they win this game, there's going to be pie involved. Last Lick's coming up against one of the better closers in the game. Stick around here on Yes. Your next Green Mountain adventure begins at VermontVacation.com. By Acura Advance. And by KFC. So good. Well, now the Yankees going to have to do it against Joaquin Soria. And they have a 3-run deficit they have to try to make up. Here are the numbers. 26 saves, 46 strikeouts in 39 innings, less than a hit per inning.
A lot of strikeouts, 39 innings.
Mitch Mayer takes over in right field for Guillen. Colin Curtis will lead off here against Soria. Yankees have trailed this entire game and trying to make one last stand here in the bottom of the 9th inning.
Soria an all-star again this season.
Rounded toward first. Butler will step on the bag, beat Curtis there, 1 away. This is what he's done the last 3 seasons for the Royals. Last year, 30 saves with a 2.21 ERA. In 08, 42 saves with a sparkling 1.60. And then in 07, 17 saves. 08, he actually made the All-Star team. That was the game that was at Yankee Stadium. Well, Juan Miranda will pinch hit for Ramiro Pena. Swing and a miss.
About those good closers, Kenny, that they always seem to be pitching ahead. You know, they come in with good stuff, not afraid to throw strikes. Look at the scoreboard as a hitter, usually 0-2, 0-1.
You know, I always felt that if you took a team picture of all the pitchers, that you'd be able to pick the closer out of that picture. You didn't know who he was?
Wow. Well, you can see from that pitch he's a closer as he freezes Miranda. After the final out of this game against the Royals, Bob Lorenz is back in the studio for the WB Mason postgame. You'll get highlights and analysis and a look around the majors. Plus, Kimberly Jones gets the team's reaction from the clubhouse. It's all coming up on the WB Mason postgame. It's only on Yes.
And the reason why I'd say that, because the closer would have the look on his face like, not today. That's the mentality. Yeah, they had the confidence.
So here's Derek Jeter. Derek 1 for 4 this afternoon. And he's the Yankees' last hope. They're down to their final out. And there's a strike. And unless they get a little rally going, Alex Rodriguez will spend Saturday night at $5.99 and have one more chance to do it at home before a 7-game road trip.
He doesn't get an at bat today or doesn't get it tomorrow, then you got to travel with the Alex Rodriguez balls.
I guess they do, yeah.
Something else for Robbie Kakuza to worry about.
Alex today didn't really hit anything hard. He had an infield single toward third. Got one ball to the outfield. Medium range fly ball to center. The 2-1. And the count 3-1. So Jeter trying to get on, keep things alive. Save opportunity for Soria. And Granderson is on deck. Now they're down to their final strike. It's an oppressively hot day here at the stadium. When Kim Jones did a report from the third base camera well, it was 112 degrees on the field. And It's been that sort of day. High humidity as well, so it seems even hotter. And more of the same is expected tomorrow. Serve down the right field line. Mayer giving chase. He's going to have to play it on a hop. It bounces into the seats for a double for Jeter.
Nice comeback afternoon for Derek Jeter. Started out 0 for 3, ends up 2 for 5. And just keeps this one fair. Soria got to 3-2. Let me throw a strike. And Jeter's going to, is this on the line or just about an inch in fair territory, and then up into the seats. And he'll be at second base with a 2-base hit.
And here's Granderson. Kim just texted me from that third base site. It's now 120 on the thermometer there. Yankees trying to summon up enough energy. If Granderson gets on, then Mark Teixeira will come up as the tying run. And that one, it says 110.
Wow. 110, 120. He's quit counting at that point.
The 1-0. 2-0. Do the Yankees have a 2-out rally in their bones? A sellout crowd of 48,138. Hanging in there. Teixeira with 2 home runs and 2 strikeouts. Alex Rodriguez after Tex. The 2-0. It's 3-0. Ned Yost, a nervous, interested observer. The 3-0 pitch taking all the way. It's ball 4. So the Yankees have a pulse, and it brings up Teixeira as a tying run.
Teixeira's had himself a good afternoon. In the 4th inning, a solo shot, number 19. The very next inning with a man aboard, number 20 into the bleachers. 2 for 4 with 3 runs batted in on the afternoon. So he represents the tying run at the plate. That's what you got to ask for in the bottom of the ninth.
That's right. Coming into the bottom of the ninth, you know you needed 2 men on, whether hit or walk. Any way you can get that tying run up there, you've got a chance.
There's a strike.
He came right after him, gave him that high fastball.
Yankees 0 for 3 today with runners in scoring position. Their runs have come via the home run. They'd like one now. The 0-1. And the count 1-1.
It's the first changeup we've seen this inning. Seen a good fastball and an overhand curveball. Now we mix in a changeup.
Check swing. And the count 1-2. Teixeira's had 1 at bat in his career against Soria. He is hitless in that at bat. So now the Yankees once again down to their final strike. Jeter's at second. Granderson is at first. Yankees down 7-4. 2 outs. And the 1-2. Off speed. 68 miles an hour.
Slow curveball.
And Alex is on deck. Just got a piece to stay alive.
Another change up, and Soria is really changing speeds here. All of a sudden, you get that tying run up, and all of a sudden you kind of kick it in as a closer, knowing you can't make a mistake with the kind of day that Teixeira has had.
It's almost as if he doesn't want to go with the fastball.
Gave it to him early. First pitch of the count.
Yankees wouldn't mind some divine intervention. 2 balls, 2 strikes, 2 outs, 2 on. Yankees down by 3. Tap. over the mound, behind second, throw to first, got him, ball game over. They just got Teixeira. That's how close it was to giving Alex Rodriguez a swing with the bases loaded. Betancourt used every bit of arm to get it across the diamond. Let's see how close it was. The stretch by Butler. Here comes Teixeira. The ball's in the... Whoa. Did he get him? Wow. No, I think he's safe. You can see on the Yesmo that the glove doesn't move until Mark's foot is on the bag.
If anything, it's a tie, and the runner's supposed to get it, and he's safe.
He was safe, yeah.
And oh, what drama that would have been with Alex coming up with the bases loaded.
Boy, the controversy, the Yesmo, it gives us such great angle.
Foot on base.
Foot on base, ball's not in glove. So Mark would have been safe, and Chad Fairchild
equals safe runner. Is that what you're saying?
I guess so, but not in this sense. Well, you're going to stick around for the postgame show to find out who's today's Chevy Player of the Game. Wow, how close was that? And then with Alex's success with the bases loaded, that would have set up a lot of drama here at the stadium. But here's the final play. The first base umpire got it wrong, and the Yankees lose this one 7-4. We'll come back. We have the postgame with Bob and Kim.